Have you ever opened your bank statement only to find a charge you don't recognize and just felt that absolute sinking feeling in your stomach? Oh man, it's a moment of pure panic that way too many of us know all too well. Whether it's an outright unauthorized transaction, a weird billing error, or a charge for a service that just wasn't delivered as promised, dealing with missing funds is incredibly stressful.
Well, fear not. Today we're unraveling the entire process of disputing a charge with the USAA step by step. We're going to look at the tools USAA provides, make sense of the federal rules protecting your money, and give you a clear, actionable roadmap so you can confidently fight back.
So here is our roadmap for this explainer. We'll quickly cover spotting disputes, your credit versus debit protections, how to submit your claim, the timelines, following up, and then we'll wrap things up with some crucial final tips. Let's dive right in.
Section 1. Spotting and preparing disputes, because you definitely need to act fast.
You know, preparation is absolutely crucial here because when it comes to your money, time is totally of the essence. You have a strict 60-day window to notify USAA after a statement is available, so make it a habit to check your accounts regularly. If you see some bizarre $50 charge from a gas station 3 states over, or maybe a giant inflatable dinosaur you definitely didn't order, you need to act on it. Try contacting the merchant first, actually, because they might just refund you faster than a whole bank investigation. Then gather up all your receipts, your emails, or even police reports to build yourself a rock-solid case.
All right, Section 2. Credit versus debit protections. Let's get to know your rights.
What I found really fascinating about this is how your protections completely branch off depending on exactly how you paid. Regulation Z covers credit cards. Now this is generally safer because you're essentially disputing the bank's money. No actual cash has left your pocket yet. But on the flip side, Regulation E covers debit and ACH transfers. That is your liquid cash actively missing, which, let's be honest, can suddenly make it really hard to pay rent or buy groceries.
So, the big takeaway here? During a credit card investigation, USAA cannot legally try to collect the disputed amount from you. No way. No finance charges will apply to it, your credit score won't take a hit for not paying it, and you can keep using your card for normal purchases while they sort the whole thing out. It's a great safety net.
Moving on to Section 3, submitting your USAA dispute. Let's look at the channels to file.
Okay, let's actually get your dispute into the system. The absolute quickest way is digital. Just log into USAA.com or open the app, hit Account Activity, and tap Dispute Transaction. But hey, if you prefer talking to a real human, you can call 800-945-6759 for credit or 800-951-4539 for debit. You can even mail your dispute to their dedicated P.O. boxes in San Antonio if you prefer doing things on paper.
Now, if you have an issue with specific information USAA reported, like, say, an account was closed due to fraud, you'll need the Deposits Consumer Dispute Request form. It's pretty straightforward, and you can fill it out and securely upload it right inside your mobile app or on their website.
Up next, Section 4, timelines and provisional credit, knowing the investigation limits.
Once you hit that submit button, the clock literally starts ticking. For debit transactions, federal timelines are pretty tight. If USAA can't resolve your dispute within 10 business days, they must issue what's called a provisional credit. Basically, they put the money back into your account for you to use while they take up to 45 or 90 days for those really complex investigations. Usually, though, you'll hear back within about 30 days.
But wait, there's actually a pretty surprising exception here. If your account is considered new, meaning it's been open for 30 days or less, the bank is actually allowed up to 20 business days to issue that provisional credit. It's a small detail, sure, but absolutely vital to know if you've just recently switched to USAA.
All right, Section 5, following up for resolution. Let's talk about what happens next.
When USAA finally reaches a verdict, you'll want to keep a really close eye on your inbox. If you win, USAA issues a permanent chargeback, and boom, you're officially off the hook. But if they rule the charge is valid, meaning they believe you did authorize it, you are fully responsible for that original amount plus any interest that piled up. And if they gave you a provisional credit for a debit dispute, yep, they will reverse it and pull that money right back out of your account.
Now, what if you totally disagree with their decision? Please remember this powerful regulatory right. You can request copies of the exact documents USAA relied upon to make their call. They must send a written explanation within 3 business days of finishing, and you have every right to see their evidence. Don't be afraid to ask for it.
Finally, Section 6, final tips and disclaimer. Let's protect your rights.
Before we wrap up, I want to give you what is probably the biggest pro tip of this whole explainer to ensure you don't accidentally lose your protections. Always, file your formal USAA dispute concurrently with contacting the merchant. If you wait around for a slow, unresponsive merchant to get back to you, you might accidentally blow right past your 60-day window with the bank. File immediately to lock in your federal protections. You can always just cancel it later if the merchant refunds you.
And of course, please note this professional disclaimer. The information provided in this explainer should not be taken as legal advice. Banking regulations and institutional policies are super complex, and they change all the time. You must verify all procedures, deadlines, and current policies directly with USAA to ensure you're taking the right steps for your specific financial situation.
Well, there you have it. We've covered the tools, the preparation, and the federal timelines. You now have the full operational framework to fight back against bad charges. So I leave you with this. Will you let that 60-day clock just run out, or are you going to open your banking app right now to check your latest statement? Stay vigilant and protect your hard-earned money.